and the new creation, which will involve, as we shall presently see, the renewal of the entire creation, and also the personal bodily resurrection which we are promised, includes also the anticipation of that resurrection in the present moral life, the mindset of the Spirit. This paves the way for chapter 8, verses 12 to 16, which, again using Exodus language, focuses on the bracing challenge of learning to think and live in the Spirit rather than in the flesh. Coming back in conclusion to one of the vital and often ignored elements of this passage, we think again of verse 8, where Paul declares that those in the flesh can't please God. As I noted earlier, the idea of pleasing God has almost been banned from some circles. We have been long schooled to recognize and reject any sense of works righteousness, of the pride which imagines that we are, as we stand, morally capable of doing what God wants, perhaps even of putting him in our debt. The earlier chapters of Romans should have made it clear how foolish and impossible such an idea would be. But the traditions that have rightly rejected any pride in our own achievements have sometimes failed to complete the narrative, Paul's larger story, in which God's Spirit does what the Torah could not do, enabling the Messiah's people, even in the present time, to become already part of his ultimate new creation, and therefore to give God real delight. But here, and in the other passages we referred to before, Paul really does indicate that those who are living by the Spirit will actually please God. Not to recognize this would be to fall into the trap of Jesus' critics in Luke chapter 15, to whom the answer was that the angels were having a celebration in heaven because of sinners being rescued, and that therefore a similar celebration on earth was thoroughly appropriate. We shouldn't be shy about this. Some of our trouble, I sometimes suspect, comes from an upbringing where parents or teachers were hard to please. We have then transposed that, tragically, onto God himself. Perhaps that's why certain Christian subcultures are so anxious about the whole idea. But think of Eric Liddell in Chariots of Fire. God made me fast, he said, and when I run, I feel his pleasure. It is worth pausing to ask, what has God made you? What is it which, when you do it in the power and joy of the Spirit, enables you to feel God's pleasure? Might that perhaps be part of God's ultimate new creation, breaking into the present? 4.